Basically, the difference between these guys is not only the length, but how close the teeth are together is how much more or less you're going to remove as far as bulk. These are for blending, these are removing for bulk, and softening hard lines that you don't want. That's the idea for what these types of shears are. And then you have your notching shears, which is going to create texture and various lengths. You can see the teeth are much more sporadic. You have wider gaps, which means that's going to remove those large areas of hair in between those teeth.
Now, does that do the same effect as actual?
Yes, you can do the same thing with chip cutting, point cutting, not so much slithering, but whatever you can do with these, you can also create with your shears. These are going to be more consistent, and you're going to get more evenness with these, where if you go in with your shears and try to do the same effect, you're not going to get total balance without a lot more work to do. These are going to save you time. But a lot of people nowadays are using their shears more so than these various tools, because there's so many different techniques now that you can create the same effect. And then, of course, is our cutting razor, which you all have gotten one. We will be playing with this. I'm not sure this week, but definitely next week we'll be playing with this. These are, this is a tool where you do have to change the blade after every haircut, because the blade does get dull. You hold it like a shear, where you lay your ring finger right there. You got your two fingers on top, and your thumb goes up underneath. And this is how you work with that tool. Okay? What questions do you have? With that in mind, we are now going to go into our actual haircut. So once you've shampooed your client and conditioned them, and you've done your consultation, we're going to go in and get them ready by sectioning so that we can work in a more organized manner. And it's also going to allow us more accuracy and efficiency. And the true definition to efficiency means doing something right the first time. You're going to hear me say that term a lot. Okay, so after you've shampooed and conditioned, you've talked with your client, we're now going to focus on getting our head ready for the actual cutting procedure. The first thing that you want to do is section the hair into four. This is going to equalize the weight of the hair evenly around the head. Use the wide tooth of your comb. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to keep it flat, looking at where the nose is, and you're going to draw that comb all the way up to your highest point. Do any of you know how to find the highest point? Yes. When you lay the comb on top of the head, wherever you see that comb balancing, that's your apex, that's your high point. A lot of your partings and sections are going to stem from that high point or apex. So I'm taking and I'm drawing that comb up to the high point or the apex for my center parting. Now, I want to extend that parting all the way down to the center back to divide the hair equally from the left to the right. What I do is I like to lay my finger where I want that comb to go to, as if my finger were a magnet and it's drawing the comb to it. And I'm going to take and draw that comb all the way down to my fingers, and once my comb touches my finger, I grab that section and pull it away, and voila, you have one part and one shot.
Wow, I never even thought about that.
Thumb under there?
Guys, I gotta tell you something. I've been here for 10 months now. You learn something every time.
Yeah, you do. Don't stop yourself.
Oh.
Keep yourself learning. You know, Lonnie is one of the individuals that gets involved with any kind of extra training or education. I mean, she is like going to be so ready when she gets out of here. She's all ready, but she's just really, she continues to develop herself, and I recommend you guys do the same thing. So we have one center part. We've divided this all the way down the center. Now we're going to go from the high point down to where the ear connects to the head. We're going to draw, again, your comb to your finger, if your finger were, as if your finger were a magnet, pulling that hair away, and voila, you have one quick parting.
Sorry.
Okay. We're going to repeat that on the other side, that same process. Now you have your front separated from your back, and your left separated from your right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to pin out the two front sections away from our working area right now because we'll be visiting them later. You want to work harder, or you want to work smarter, not harder, so get your areas clean, get the stuff out of your way you're not working with because you will come back to them later. Now, in the back, we have our parting, our right from our left. Now, just like we saw in the video for the blunt cut, we're going to drop down a hairline guide about 1/2 to 1 inch, depending on how thick or thin the hair is. Her hair is real fine, so I'm going to drop down about 1 inch guide along the back that is parallel to the floor. This is a horizontal parting. I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Because this is where we're going to create our guideline, which is going to be the guide for the remainder of the haircut. Now, at this point, if you ever dropped your comb on the floor, you'd want to take it and wash it and put it in barbicide and have a backup comb. Okay, so we are now ready to cut. So what I do is I would invite you guys all to come up here so you guys can get a closer look at what I'm doing. And you will not be able to see me from back there.
Yeah, right.
You want to make sure the hair is combed out smoothly and evenly. Now, if you're working with straight or just lightly wavy hair, we're going to work with the fine tooth of our comb so that we can maintain more tension and control of the hair. This part is going to take you guys some practice because simply you're developing habits on how to hold your shears, how to hold your comb, and how to keep your cutting angles in alignment because it's going to make a very big impact on the outcome of this hairstyle. Remember, this is a very visual hairstyle. You're creating a really heavy line. So you want to make sure that you get all your ducks in a row. We're going to start in the very center. We're going to create a guide depending on how short they want to go. And of course, this would all be in the consultation, which we're really going to be breaking down here a little bit. We're only going to take, for purposes for you guys to use your mannequins more often, we're only going to take about 1 inch off. So you're not going to see a whole lot coming off on your first